What do you think about the environment for journalists in general right now? On one hand, you
That's
have
a great question.
no, but you have startups like this. You have willing investors, and so there are seemingly endless opportunities. And yet, as we know, Glenn Greenwald was just on the show yesterday, and we were talking about his partner David Miranda being detained in the UK, and
right.
And the judge ruling that detention was lawful. You have people that are trying to criminalize journalism, equating it with terrorism.
Right.
So, on one hand, it seems like things are all positive, but there are very scary and dark sides too.
It's an incredibly and weirdly underreported story. The situation with Glenn, to me, is just, it's unbelievable that there isn't more controversy about this. I mean, I grew up in a family of journalists. My father was a reporter. Everybody I knew growing up was a reporter. If this had happened 30 years ago, where we found out that the government was routinely conducting surveillance of high-profile journalists, or even talking about criminalizing the act of publishing a whistleblower's material, and forcing somebody like Glenn to essentially be a dissident living in Brazil. I mean, you think about it, he's sort of the modern-day incarnation of Joe Brodsky and the Russian writers who had to live in Vermont when they expatriated out of the Soviet Union. It's an outrage that this goes on, and the only thing I can think of, the only reason that the press generally isn't more outraged about it, I mean, the only thing I can think of is professional jealousy. There must be some of that involved, or just an unwillingness to really stand behind reporters like him. So that was part of my motivation too in coming on board this venture. I think it's a crucial moment kind of in the history of American journalism. It's great that we have these sponsors who are coming out of the woodwork to try to create these independent new vehicles. But when there's a tremendous counterweight too. There's a threat to journalistic independence that's coming from the government, that's coming from private industry as well, and it's a dangerous time for journalism. So we have to band together. We have to keep doing this kind of important work, and that's part of this whole thing for me too.